standing in front of her.
I think Reese was gesturing towards Hayes, and maybe the official thought it was to
No,
him.
I think. Angel Reese was just tossed.
Well, there's her first.
So then she got out there. The social media meltdown commenced. Unbelievable. Right here. I mean, seriously. Happy Black History Month. Y'all know I had to be the first.
Angel Reese tried to pull off a sneaky move by slapping at the ball, but in the process, she accidentally made contact with Tiffany Hayes, causing her to stumble. Did she really think no one would catch that? The moment was subtle, but not enough. To slip past sharp eyes, it raised more than a few eyebrows.
On the rollout. How about Rose holding McBride to just 5 points? Reese claps her hands and reaches in with the foul. Oh,
Her move wasn't just a routine defensive play, it quickly turned into a flashpoint. Was it intentional or just an unfortunate accident? Either way, the reaction was swift. Social media erupted, analysts chimed in, and debates took off. While some defended Reese, calling it part of the game's natural physicality, others weren't as forgiving, questioning her intent and sportsmanship in a league where every action is under intense scrutiny. Did she truly believe it would go unnoticed?
Now, Angel Reese did come out and say last year she was more than happy to play the villain role. Did she not? Oh, wait a minute now. You're the victim? Well, you wanted to own this. So she came out, made it about race, and got
That's when things took an even more dramatic turn. Instead of accepting the obvious foul and moving on, Reese decided to put on a full-blown performance. As the whistle blew, she spun around in exaggerated disbelief, eyes wide, arms flung in the air, casting herself as the victim of an unjust call. What followed went beyond a simple protest. It was pure theatrics. She paced the court, gestured emphatically, and raised her voice in a passionate plea to the referees, as if the entire game had conspired against her. At that point, it wasn't about the play, it was about the spotlight.
Quickly, the players are super competitive, and at times that competitiveness makes them become.
Yeah, why do coaches always say that everything happens super quick? Oh, damn well you saw that shot all the way through.
I understood her frustration completely. She'll just, she'll grow from that in terms of keeping her composure, because she had 15 rebounds. Who's to say she wouldn't have been able to do that in the second half and then end up having 25 to 30 rebounds? So my conversation was just, I just wanted clarity around, what she said, just so that I could have a conversation with her after the game about it. But still a super young player, so she's growing.
The officials weren't having it. They saw right through the over-the-top reactions and stuck firmly to the rule book. No amount of yelling, flailing, or dramatic pleading was going to reverse what had just happened. The call stood, and her attempts to sway the officials failed completely. Flat, Angel Reese was ejected, and in that moment, it felt like the game had finally reached a boiling point. For too long, she's embraced the role of basketball's self-appointed diva, strutting across the court, tossing elbows like she's in a wrestling ring, and complaining like a customer upset over a missing side of fries. And truth be told, she's gotten away with more than most, racking up technicals and side eyes as if they were part of her uniform. But this time, the basketball gods seemed to deliver a final verdict. No more free pulses, no more dramatics, just one clear message that the show was over.
Or as long as someone doesn't punch another person, you don't chuck them. There's got to be rules like that. Like, to chuck someone in a rival, you should have had to punch another player, or yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing. Punching another player, pretty much, would should be the only thing that really deems is ejection worthy. But no, Angel Reese trash talking Tiffany Hayes got her chucked. And
if you've ever watched Angel Reese play, you already know every game seems to revolve around it. It's rarely about the team, the strategy, or even the scoreboard. It's the Angel Reese show, with everyone else reduced to background playing. In her spotlight, So when things didn't go her way, professionalism took a backseat. What unfolded was a theatrical meltdown, exaggerated gestures, dramatic pacing as if she were calculating her next chess move, and a passionate, almost performative plea to the referees, as though sheer flair could rewrite the rulebook. It was never really about the call, it was about commanding attention. And once again, Reese made sure the moment belonged entirely.
He literally got ejected and had threw a fit, a temper tantrum like a 2-year-old, threw a fit on social media, and then says, "I can't wait to get back to Chicago, man." Oh, man. It's crazy. It really is.
At times, it looked like Angel Reese was chasing an Oscar rather than a rebound, with the sheer drama of her over-the-top reactions. If there were an award for theatrical meltdowns in sports, she'd have it in the bag, but the referees weren't. Entertained, they saw through the performance and handed her the ejection she had coming. And with that, the game finally exhaled. No more scenes, no more distractions. For a moment, basketball was allowed to simply be basketball. And maybe, just maybe, the court felt a little calmer without the constant cloud of chaos and drama trailing in her way.
I thought this was pretty funny. Angel Reese got ejected tonight from the unrivaled basketball game, and then here she is, just, sneaking her way back in on the sidelines.
This is classic Angel Reese. When a call doesn't go her way, she complains. When the spotlight shifts, she shoves her way back into it. And when it all unravels, she flips the script and plays the victim. Frankly, it's exhausting. The flailing, arms, the exaggerated facial expressions, it's all dialed up to the max. At one point, she looked less like a basketball player and more like an air traffic controller, trying to guide a jet in for landing. We've seen it before. Some players shake off a bad call and refocus. Others then briefly and move on. But Reese, she turns every moment into a spectacle of full-blown, one-woman Broadway performance staged right in the middle of the court.
Somebody said, "Why are they playing in the bubble?" Same thing I said, man. I can't watch Unrivaled, bro. Like, it definitely looked like bubble basketball. Somebody said Tiffany Hayes doesn't seem to like her. Yeah, Tiffany Hayes threw her hands up, pointed to the referee like, "Get her the hell out of here, bro. She ain't trying to deal with Angel."
The only thing missing from Angel Reese's outburst was dramatic background music and a slow-motion montage. But this time, something changed. The referees had finally seen enough. They hit her with a technical foul, and truthfully, it was long overdue. Bad calls are part of the game, and frustration is understandable. But there's a clear line between expressing emotion and making yourself the center of attention. Reese didn't just step over that line, she sprinted past it. The message from the officials was clear. They weren't going to let her turn the game into yet another spectacle. Let's be real, yelling at a ref has never changed a call in the history of sports. It's like arguing with your GPS after it's already rerouted you. The decision is made. The path is set. At some point, you've got to let it go and move on, or risk getting completely lost in the drama.
I actually am defending injuries. I think that was a soft-ass call. First of all those fans came out there, all 322 fans came out there to watch Angel Reese, right? Spent their hard-earned money. And you know what? I'll be so mad. I flew all the way to Miami, took a rental car to Medley to find that dinky arena and watch Angel Reese get kicked out in the second quarter. And that was a soft-ass call, by the way. That was some bull.
Things took an unexpected turn after Angel Reese was ejected. Many assumed the team would fall apart without her, given she's often viewed as the heart and voice of the squad. But instead of collapsing, they came alive. With the distractions gone, the team found its rhythm, playing with renewed intensity, sharper focus, and impressive cohesion. Ball movement became fluid, energy surged, and every possession carried purpose. It was one of their strongest performances yet, revealing a level of potential that had always been there, just waiting for the space to breathe. and
gets ejected, only plays 7 minutes, and her team wins. I mean, how does that happen? She had 15 rebounds. It just so happened she had 5 offensive ones and she missed 5 shots. I'm just throwing that out there. But wow. Okay. I don't know why that happens, but the less she plays, the more successful her teams are.
The final result was a statement victory, 83-69, a commanding win. That left no doubt about the team's ability to take control from the opening tip to the final buzzer. They dominated with precision and focus, free from drama and distractions. This wasn't just another game. It was a turning point, a powerful reminder that discipline, teamwork, and a shared sense of purpose can elevate a team beyond any single individual. And perhaps the most striking part, they did it all without Angel Reese. That's got to sting. To be hailed as the star, only to watch your team flourish in your absence, raises a difficult question. Was she ever...
Hi, Team Rose. Okay, let me just let y'all in on a little secret. Only the baddies can get in Team Rose. You got to get in the villa. Baddies Club Villa. You got to be able to get in the villa. The baddest, the flyest, hoopers, set records. We play defense.
People keep trying to compare Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark, as if they're equals, but let's be honest, they're not even in the same league. The numbers speak for themselves. Every time Caitlin Clark steps onto the court, the world takes. Notice, she's not just breaking records, she's redefining the game, and what it means to be a true star in women's basketball. Clark isn't just a player, she's a movement. In contrast, Angel Reese doesn't generate that same level of energy or impact. She doesn't shift the momentum of a game, and she certainly doesn't draw the same national attention. It's hard to imagine her ever catching up. Clark's mere presence transforms any matchup into a must-watch event. The hype around her isn't just media buzz, it's backed by undeniable stats, sky-high fan engagement, and elite game-changing talent. Without her, the game can feel flat. With her, it's electric. People don't just want to watch Caitlin Clark, they need to. That's the difference everyone keeps talking about.
Ticket sales, and we've talked viewership. Now let's talk about regular season viewership, not draft viewership. Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlin Clark has done. So between draft day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%, between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%, between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%.
When Angel Reese takes the court, the numbers tend to slip, viewership drops, engagement dips, and the overall energy just isn't the same. Despite the spotlight she often claims, it's clear she's not the main attraction fans tune in for. Talent, not sideline drama or constant disputes with officials. In contrast, Caitlin Clark elevates the game with her skill, intensity, and ability to shift momentum with every possession. Reese, more often than not, draws attention for the wrong reasons, arguing with refs, stirring controversy, and creating distractions. At this point, the comparisons need to end. One raises the level of the game, the other pulls focus away from it.
Saturday, we start getting there. Saturday coverage, 98,000 on True TV alone. On True TV alone, but they must not have counted TNT. It wasn't on TNT. It was on True TV only. Okay? It was on True TV only. So no TNT numbers, no HBO Max numbers. Lunar Owls on True TV, 118,000. Missed Rose on True TV, 76.
Angel Reese's inability to stay composed reached a new low when she became the first player ever ejected from the unrivaled league. The inaugural ejection in a competition designed to spotlight the very best in women's basketball. While others were focused on showcasing talent and elevating the sport, Reese made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Instead of rising to the occasion and proving herself as a dominant force, she only reinforced her growing reputation for lacking discipline in a league built on professionalism and elite performance. She stood out, but unfortunately, in the worst way possible.
Ejected from Unrivaled game after arguing with officials, Reese was given 2 technical fouls while arguing a call and seemingly waving at an opposing player. So she was taunting a player, I'm guessing.